Hi everyone, I'm Katja, also known as Kat, and today I have the results of the Women in Translation August poll. And first of all, a huge thank you to you all. We had exactly 88 votes in total, and it was lovely to see your enthusiasm in the comments and on Discord. So without further ado, our official Reading the Globe Women in Translation August group read will be The Door by Magda Szabo. And I am thrilled because it was one of my top two. Of course, I'm going to say that, right? I mean, it won, but no, really. And it received 41% of the vote and finished comfortably ahead of the other three titles. But the other three are really good. Anyway, for anyone unfamiliar with it, The Door is a Hungarian novel by Magda Szabo, translated by Len Rix, often considered one of the great classics of modern European literature, exploring complex relationships between, or a relationship between, a writer and her enigmatic housekeeper, Emerence. It's a novel about friendship, class, guilt, and the mysteries we keep from one another. Loads of things, really. And of course, there's the question of what might lie behind the door itself. I know it's one of the books that seems to really inspire passionate reactions from readers, making it a really good discussion piece for throughout August and in our wrap-up live show, which will be in the first week of September. Or, well, let's just say September. Now, although The Door won, I don't want anyone to feel their vote was wasted if you are rooting for one of the other books. One of the things I love about Women in Translation is that it's simply an opportunity to read widely, and all four books on the shortlist work for the challenge in some way or another. Alongside our group read, we are running Women in Translation prompts. So I've listed them in the description below, and we'll have a look at them after we look at the runners-up, which are, in second place, my second choice. I don't want to say I called it, but I kind of want to say that I called it, which sounds like I'm showing off. But anyway, it's worked out for me. It is The Cocoon by Zhang Yuran, and translated from Chinese, it's a contemporary Chinese novel following two young people as they uncover family secrets tied to the Cultural Revolution and its aftermath. It explores memory, guilt, history, and the way political events continue to shape families across generations. This is actually a book that I will go ahead and read alongside our group read of The Door. It's been sitting on my TBR since 2023, so this August feels like the perfect excuse to finally pick it up for Women in Translation. And in third place, we have Stolen by Ann-Helén Lastadius, translated from Swedish. Set in Sápmi, the traditional homeland of the Sami people, it follows a young Sami girl after she witnesses a brutal attack on her family's reindeer, and it's a coming-of-age story exploring indigenous identity, discrimination, environmental pressures, and the cultural survival in contemporary Scandinavia. And finally, in fourth place, there's No Turning Back by Alba Cespedes, and translated from Italian. Now, originally published way back in 1938, it follows a group of young women living in a boarding house in Rome as they navigate friendship, ambition, education, work, love, so many things, and all the expectations that are placed upon women. It's often described as remarkably modern, despite being written over a century, nearly a century, I was going to say over a century ago, 1938, nearly a century ago. So now a quick reminder of our prompts, for which the world is very much your oyster because they're very broad. You can choose one of the runners-up that we've just looked at, and finally you can pick whatever's been languishing on your TBR or just wander into a bookshop, make an impulsive choice. All approaches are valid. Now, Roz, Angelia, and I will be sharing recommendations throughout July, along with our own reading plans, part of which I've shared my plans with you. A woman, author from a continent other than your own is the first prompt. So depending on where you live, all three runners-up could fit this prompt. And for me, that means The Cocoon works perfectly since I don't live in Asia. A translated genre novel. Now, none of the shortlisted books is a hugely obvious genre novel, though Stolen does include elements of crime and mystery. And I'll highlight this, there isn't a women in translation police force waiting to inspect your reading choices and how well they match. We'll also be sharing loads of recommendations if you're a little bit stuck for this prompt or any of the others. Then we have a backlist translated work, which makes you wonder, what does backlist mean? Well, I was thinking No Turning Back is an excellent choice here, having been published in 1938. But I was told that backlist is sort of like 5 to 10 years ago. I don't know what the definition is, strictly speaking, but I'm happy to say 1938 is fine. I just mean, or we just mean, something that's been in the past, over a year old. A translated work that isn't a novel. For this one, you might want to explore memoirs, essays, poetry, drama, graphic works, or something else entirely. I'm leaning towards a graphic work, but I would, love recommendations. So our plan for August is very simple. Our official group read is The Door by Magda Szabo, and you don't have to pick anything else after that if you don't want to. I'll personally be reading The Cocoon by Zhang Yuran alongside it to meet prompt number 1. I'm having a think about the other 3 prompts, and I'll read one book for each of those. Now, all 3 of us, myself, Roz from Scally Dandling About the Books, and Angelia from Read and Reread, would love for you to join us throughout August, whether that's in the YouTube comments, on Discord, or at our wrap-up live show in September. Now, if you're looking for recommendations, reading encouragement, or simply people who enjoy translated fiction, I'd encourage you to join the Reading the Globe Discord. The community is wonderfully welcoming and always has recommendations more than one person could possibly read. That said, I know Discord isn't available everywhere, and not everyone enjoys the format, so don't worry if it's not for you. You'll still be able to join in a variety of ways through the videos, community posts, and live shows. In fact, I plan to start opening my YouTube community tab so that you'll have another place to share what you're reading and see what everyone else is picking up. So, we've got from now until the end of July to decide what we'd like to read for Women in Translation August, whether that's just the group read or one of the other prompts as well, or all of the prompts. So let me know in the comments, will you be reading The Door with us, and which prompt are you most excited about? Anyway, there we go. Thank you so much for voting. Thank you for supporting Reading the Globe. And thank you to Roz and Angelia for helping make this Women in Translation event happen. We are all huge fans of women in translation, so it's great that we were able to make a plan.